in the quiet sanctuary of their Columbus home, while their little ones slept peacefully nearby. The most loving wife, Monique Tepe, and her devoted husband, Spencer Tepe, still acting like newlyweds after years of marriage, were brutally murdered by a monster from her past. Their unbreakable bond of deep love and joy was shattered in an instant, leaving two young orphans and a world heartbroken, forever saddened by this unimaginable evil. Monique Tepe, born Monique Sabatersky on October 14, 1986, in Chicago, Illinois, was 39 years old at the time of her tragic death on December 30, 2025. Her family relocated to Worthington, Ohio, when she was just 1 year old, where she grew up and later pursued a background in childhood education before building her life as a devoted mother and partner. Monique's first marriage was to Michael David McKee, a vascular surgeon she met at Ohio State University. Wed in August 2015 when Monique was 28. The union was brief and troubled. The couple separated after only 7 months, in March 2016, and Monique filed for divorce in June 2017, citing incompatibility. The divorce was finalized quickly that same month, with no children from the marriage. Records show no major public conflicts during the proceedings, though family later described her need to escape the relationship. After her divorce, Monique found lasting love with Spencer Tepe, a dentist. They met online, married in December 2020, and shared a deeply affectionate bond, often described as still acting like newlyweds even after years together. They would have celebrated their 5th wedding anniversary in late December 2025, just days before their lives were cut short. Monique and Spencer were loving parents to 2 young children, a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. The family lived in Columbus, Ohio, where Monique was remembered as a warm, joyful mother who baked avidly, planned thoughtfully, and created a welcoming home, filled with playdates and community involvement. Her children, now orphans, were unharmed during the horrific events and remained surrounded by family support. Monique's life reflected resilience, moving from a short, incompatible first marriage to a happy second, one centered on family and love, until it was tragically ended. Dr. Spencer Tepe, 37, was a devoted dentist and father. Friends describe a man madly in love with his wife Monique, acting like a newlywed while championing her always. He was a kind neighbor and dedicated parent. ***, narrative news report tone. ***, the serene morning of December 30th was shattered in a quiet Columbus, Ohio neighborhood. The tragedy was discovered not by a scream, but by an ominous silence followed by the cries of children. Dr. Spencer Tepe, a 37-year-old dentist, had missed his first appointments. Concerned co-workers went to his home to check on him. There, they heard the distressing sounds of his young children from inside the house. Alerting authorities, they set in motion the investigation into a brutal double homicide. Police arriving at the scene found Spencer and his 39-year-old wife Monique murdered in their own home. Crucially, their 2 children, a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son, were physically unharmed, sleeping just feet away. Nothing was taken. From the start, Columbus police marked this as a targeted, deliberate attack. The profile pointed strongly not to a random burglary, but to a personal motive. The trail, tragically, led directly into Monique's past. The double homicide investigation quickly focused on Monique's ex-husband from nearly a decade prior, 39-year-old surgeon Michael David McKee. The couple had met at Ohio State University, marrying in 2015. The marriage was brief. They moved to Virginia for McKee's medical residency, but separated after just 7 months. Monique moved back to Ohio, filing for divorce in May 2017 on grounds of incompatibility. The divorce was finalized a month later. Monique had since rebuilt her life, marrying Spencer Tepe in 2021. The investigation revealed a pattern of disturbing premeditation. Through neighborhood surveillance footage, detectives pieced together a timeline of stalking. McKee, who worked at a hospital in Rockford, Illinois, was allegedly captured on video on December 6, entering the curtilage or property of the Tepe home via a back alleyway. The Tepes were away that night, at a football game in Indiana. Monique had been visibly upset at that event about something involving her ex-husband. Investigators also found McKee was not on his work schedule that day. The sinister timeline culminated on December 30th. Authorities allege McKee drove the roughly 450 miles, 7-hour journey from Rockford, Illinois, to Columbus, Ohio. In a calculated move, he allegedly left his cell phone at his workplace in Illinois before the trip, creating an alibi gap. Surveillance video near the Tepe home captured a vehicle linked to him arriving just before the murders and leaving shortly after. Police believe he then made the long return drive, retrieving his phone at work 17 hours later, a time frame that accounted for at least 14 hours of driving and the commission of the crime. Arrest and court proceedings moved swiftly. On January 10th, based on the vehicle evidence and footage, McKee was arrested at his Illinois home. A search of his property allegedly yielded multiple weapons, including one Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant said was similar to the murder weapon. He initially invoked his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. He made his first court appearance in Illinois on January 12, where, through a public defender, he waived extradition and signaled his intent to plead not guilty. Extradited to Ohio on January 20th, he was housed at the Franklin County Jail. A grand jury had already indicted him on 4 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of aggravated burglary. At his first Ohio arraignment, held remotely from jail, his attorney entered a formal plea of not guilty on his behalf to all charges. The case now proceeds through the Ohio court system, where he awaits trial. The prosecution will build its case on the timeline of stalking, the extensive travel and phone data, the surveillance video, and the forensic evidence. The defense has yet to present its argument. For now, Michael McKee sits in jail, accused of orchestrating a journey of obsession that ended 2 lives, orphaned 2 children, and devastated a community. The court's final judgment is pending, but the lives of Spencer and Monique Tepe have already been tragically judged. The loss of Spencer and Monique Tepe has cast a profound shadow over their community, leaving neighbors and acquaintances reeling. They are remembered not as victims, but as the vibrant, loving couple everyone wanted next door. They were the kind of neighbors you want to have, a friend shared, highlighting their involvement in playdates and community life. Their absence is a chilling reminder of violence invading a space once defined by familial warmth. The most heart-wrenching dimension lies with their 2 young children, now orphans. The image of them sleeping unharmed, only to wake to unspeakable tragedy, haunts the public conscience. Their innocent cries from the home were what first signaled the horror, a devastating detail that underscores their profound loss. From Ohio to across the globe, strangers have been moved by the couple's evident joy. In online tributes, people speak of shedding tears for 2 souls they never met, captivated by the visible, madly in love bond Spencer and Monique shared. The community's grief is mixed with outrage that such devoted parents, still acting like newlyweds, were stolen from a world that desperately needs that kind of light.